Ravens fans, I'm so excited today to be joined by Malaki Starks, our first-round pick. So Malaki, you've been here in Baltimore today, and as you've been making your way around this building, there's a lot of history here.
Yeah.
You look up on the walls and you see some of the great players who have been here before you. What has that meant to you as you look around and you embrace that history?
It's huge. Something that I've learned is to really respect the ones who came before you. So just to be at a place like this who has that type of history, a lot of elite guys that leave a huge legacy behind is huge for me.
You've had a chance to meet with some of the coaches during your time here. What have those early conversations been like?
Excited. You can just feel the passion that they have for ball, and so do I. So just being able to get here and learn and really just, get ready to work. I'm ready to go to work, so I'm excited.
One of the coaches, he's not going to be coaching you directly, but yet is Todd Monken. Of course, coach of the offensive side of the ball. He was there your freshman season at Georgia where you guys won a national championship together. Did you guys have any good, did you reminisce at all during your time today?
Just a little bit. Monken's great. He was really big in my development as well, just kind of learning ball at an early age, so I'm excited to be back with him.
Really? So you guys know each other? I mean, you obviously him coaching the offensive side of the ball, but you guys got to know each other during your time in Georgia. That's great. Well, as you talked in your press conference about how you're going to wear number 24. What does that mean to you to be wearing that number?
It's huge. It's something that I dreamed of as a kid. When you get to it, you don't really know what you're going to get. You don't get to choose most of the time, but just being able to, still rep that, it means everything to me.
And Malaki, the Ravens talked about wanting to add players who fit this team, high IQ players, and everyone you talk to says that's exactly what you are. How much pride do you take in that aspect, the mental side of your game?
A lot. I think when you look at it, the game of football is more mental than it is physical, but just being able to really dive into my 3 years at the University of Georgia and just really learn football prepared me for where I am today. And then coming to a place like this with a lot of elite guys who have a lot of knowledge about ball, I'm ready to learn from them and just be a sponge.
Along those lines, the Ravens raved about your combine interview with them, said it was one of the best they'd ever seen. What did you remember from that interview? Did you come out of that feeling the same way they did?
I did. I was a little nervous. I remember the first thing I sat down, Coach asked me, because I played quarterback in high school, and he asked me if I could beat out Lamar, and I told him nobody could beat out Lamar Jackson. Let's be serious. No, it was fun, and just like the passion that they have about football. I keep talking about it, but so do I, and I think you can just feel it, and I think it's a really good fit for me.
So one of the things that they talked about with your combine interview was just how well you knew ball. So I'm going to put you on the spot here, all right? So I got some plays here.
Okay, cool.
From your college career.
Let's do it.
And I want you to take a look at some of these and break down what you're seeing on these plays.
Okay.
You probably know this one right off the bat when you see what this play is.
So this was a big concept for them. This is trips. They have the tight end at 3. So they only have so many concepts they run from the tight end at 3 with speed in the slot. And we actually worked this all week for it being a big concept. So my corner was actually supposed to give me an under call, so I was supposed to end up on 1. He would end up on 2. He didn't, but I saw him coming vertical and he tried to stem me. So I just knowing that I have help from we're in cover 3, so I have hook droppers and I have my middle field safety. So just being able to use that and stay outside leverage, and then just kind of playing with the defense. I make it seem like he's beating me. I get a good arm bar, so I'm able to turn around and find the ball. And once the ball's in the air, it's just about being comfortable. And I think I'm really good at being comfortable with the ball in the air.
Well, you talk about making the play on the ball. I mean, you kind of just, you barely even mentioned that, but you coming down with that was no easy catch there. You cover all the stuff leading up to it, and then you just went up and got the ball when it's in the air.
That's the job. At the end of the day, that's the job. But with my ability to play the ball in the air, going back to my experience of playing offense and just being comfortable in those positions, it's just natural.
Yeah. Swipe over. There's another one here. You probably remember this play against Oregon.
Yeah. So this is my first game. This is like my 4th play in the game. So they're
your 4th play in college.
Yeah.
Ever. And you did this.
Yes, sir.
Slight bobble of the snap, and Nick's plenty of time, throwing his first deep ball for 7. McGee, and It's intercepted. Picked off at the 8-yard line by Malaki Starks, a true freshman.
They're in trips. A lot of times when they get formation and boundary, they motion out to see where you're in, and most of the time try to get a matchup on a backer with a wide receiver or a slot running back to the field, being able to lose leverage. But they didn't, so they stayed in it. But with 2 being on the ball, I'm knowing that he's going vertical, but I'm also knowing that I'm losing Javon Bullitt, who's my help. He's not able to get a reroute, so I know I got to stay inside vertical. So when he gets to me, just being able to kind of do the same thing, just kind of arm bar. I'm in phase, so I'm able to look. And then whenever you look, you want to look and lean so you don't lose the receiver. And then at that point, it's just, making a play on the ball like we talked about earlier.
That's great. I got one more for you. This shows your versatility here, and versatility is something that you have talked about a lot, and something that's an element of your game. We showed the pick production. This is you coming downhill and making a play in the run game.
Yeah, I think just being aware of things. The line is pretty low, so I know it's probably going to be either heavy play action or heavy run. So just knowing that I'm communicating with my safety that I'm coming down now, so my fit is off the tight end. So once he comes back in the core, he doesn't leak out. I'm just basically replacing gap to gap. So I'm bumping back to gap, keeping the ball on my inside shoulder, utilizing my middle field safety, and then really just making a play, just using leverage and flying to the ball. I think that's a really big thing about football, is flying to the ball and having a party at the ball, and that's something that we were really good at.
Well, I can see how you aced your interview with the combine, man. You know ball.
Yes, sir.
The last thing I'll show you here, the last one it's not a play, but this is the personality here. This is the energy and the leadership, and you can see your teammates rallying around you here on this play. What do you think when you look at this?
Excitement. I think that's what the game is about. You put all this work into, at least on the defensive side, you put all in this work to take the ball away and celebrate the defense. And we like to say they come in bunches. Somebody else got a turnover not too long after this as well. So just being able to have all that hard work pay off, and just enjoy the moment. Football is supposed to be fun, so just really enjoy that with your team and the brothers that you go to war with every week, week in and week out basis.
Well, you say football is going to be fun. I think there's a lot of Ravens fans who are going to have a lot of fun watching you play ball. It can be a great fit on this defense. And what's has you most excited about putting on that Ravens uniform and taking the field at M&T Bank Stadium?
I think just a new opportunity, just to go out there and compete, prove myself wrong, and earn the respect of the people who drafted me, but also the guys in the locker room as well. I think I'm ready to come to work, and I'm ready to learn more about ball.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.